Hello, my name is Cronus Adair, and this is Azur Lane. Welcome to an encounter beneath clear skies, a collab event between Danmachi and Azur Lane, where today we are going to see if we can find out the answer to the burning question on everyone's mind. Is it okay to pick up shipgirls in a dungeon? Well, I have been waiting until I had a chance to record this to pick up said shipgirls. So let's do that. Five, six, seven. It was a sunny early afternoon, and Hestia was walking along the beach while muttering to herself, Get something to eat or save my allowance to pay off my debt. I'm really not sure how to spend it. I don't even know what they sell here or if I can bring the money back with me to Orario. Guess worrying about it is a waste of time. Hey, what's up? You look like you're really at a loss, girl. I might be approaching you out of the blue, but don't worry, I'm not a weirdo. I'm Z13, and this is Firego. I hope you don't mind us butting in. Oh, you too, yeah. I was just thinking about something. See, the thing is... Oh, I see. That sounds like a job for cross-sector strategic consultant such as himself. I will also assist in exchange for getting to study your emotion index. Yeah, we're going to employ innovative and groundbreaking practices to bring you to the top. What? I don't get what that means. Heh, we're going to use your private capital and launch a startup. The sun's rays poured down relentlessly. It's so hot. How did it end up like this? Working efficiency is down 44.2% due to high temperatures. It's so hot. You still haven't fixed the delivery drones? Don't just sit there, Fargo. Help me out. Hestia, the food's done. Man, you're a real slave driver. In the middle of summer, a business suddenly appeared on the coast. A beach restaurant. This was an idea put forth by Z13 in order to raise Hestia's wealth. You know, at first, I had no idea what this was supposed to be. But now, I think this beach restaurant thing isn't so bad. Okay, 3 servings of heaping crop platters coming right up. Also, got a potato poppers meal that's ready here. Contrary to Hestia's belief that this type of business was rare for a reason, the beach restaurant proved surprisingly prosperous. Seems my innovative restaurant idea was a huge hit. Sometimes I'm even frightened by my brilliant business sense. Hey, toot your own horn on your own spare time. I need help here. How short-sighted of me. I thought beach restaurants were too conventional. Yet look how lively theirs is. The midsummer's heat driving people crazy, yeah. We've got to jump on the bandwagon, yeah. Oh boy. Competition. Welcome, yeah. Kashi summer vacation is open for business, yeah. We serve dishes from the Dragon Emperor, Eagle Union, and even Iris Orthodoxy. Even the commander approves. Oh no. Ting and Akashi are working together? We're sunk. Whoa, what the hell are they doing? Well, it's not surprising the others would see our success and want a slice of that pie. Don't know anything about a pie, but guess it makes us business rivals, huh? If so, I'm not going to stand here and let them outcompete us. Hestia, those two are professionals. You don't stand a chance. Yeah, well, they're cheating by using the commander's name like that. Oh no! It's Shiranui! Hee. No entrepreneur would shy away from employing every trick at their disposal. So what if they're entrepreneurs? I'm a god! Yeah, well, we've got a god of our own, yeah. So, what do you need me to do? I expect an offering before anything else. Oh god, they've got the dragon god, Shamanto! In that case, what do you say to some piping hot potato poppers? That sounds The dragon god chooses to stand with her fellow god. Yeah? Hooray! I finished calculating our revenue. Great work. The setting sun hung over the beach. It was silent, save for the gentle sounds of the wind and the waves. It was like all that commotion earlier never happened. Way to go, Hestia. Here's your share. My what? The Z-13 gives Hestia a bag filled with something, making a dull rattling sound. You're some top-tier talent for sure. We were able to achieve to-the-moon levels of profit thanks to you. Everything went well for once. Haha, I'm exhausted after all that. Well, like they say, all's well that ends well. This is a win-win situation if I've ever seen one. Yeah, I guess. Do you reckon I can bring this cash with me back to Aurario? It's not like I'd know. Also, considering you're a god, don't you have your own ways? Yeah, but I just hope everything will work out. Hopefully it will. Hestia looked at the beautiful sparkling waves and felt like all her worldly problems would be solved just like that. We have Hestia. No, it doesn't surprise me. Falna. When the battle starts, in every 20 seconds, 4 or 6 seconds. It increases your Vanguard's firepower and torpedo by 10%, increases your Vanguard's and main fleet's damage dealt by 5%. When the buff ends, all of your ships recover 1% of their max HP. Dios Edes Vesta. Every 20 seconds after the battle starts, activates Dios Edes Vesta. Extinguishes any active burns, including special burns, your Vanguard is afflicted with. Recovers 1% of your Vanguard's max HP every 1 second for 3 seconds. And fires a special barrage from a random Vanguard ship with a 20% chance to decrease the evasion of enemies hit by 5% for 5 seconds. So, this Falna skill, and the way she buffs Vanguards, basically means she's the best repair ship in the game. Not that we've got a lot of repair ships to compare her to. And keep in mind, repair ships are not healers despite being called repair ships. They're AA boats. Short stack. Yeah. Ski-Con visited the Virgin Islands. They are now the islands. Oh boy. That was actually pretty good. Alright. So let's get Ryu Lion.
あなたは、いや、それよりここはどうやらオラリオではなさそうですが、私はあなたに助けられたというわけですね。感謝します。私はリュウ・リオンと言います。オラリオにある酒場、北条の女主人で給仕をしています。
You know, it's been an awful long time since I've watched Danmachi, and I only watched the first season. But a pub named Hostess of Fertility, it sounds extremely sus. So she's a light cruiser. Astrea Record. When the battle starts, activates Star Justice Story. Okay. Decreasing the ship's speed by 10% and damage taken by 20% for 10 seconds. When the effect ends, activates Ajaris Alvacinth and applies the following effects. 1. Increases the ship's crit rate and crit damage by 25% and evasion by 20%. When the ship fires her main gun, she additionally fires HE shells that prioritize human enemies. Every 8 times the ship fires her main guns, performs the special attack, Avelia. Cool. Lots of stuff. Luminous Wind. It increases the ship's firepower by 15%. Every 10 seconds, performs a special attack, Luminous Wind. When performing this attack, if there's an enemy within 45 units of the ship, additionally performs the level 10 special attack Luvia, damage based on skill levels, prioritizes human enemies. Okay, so she's got some defensives, but she's mainly got a lot of barrages, is what I'm getting. So I expect her to be another barrage light cruiser. Okay, Ryu best girl, cute elf, she's cute. Okay. Alright, Washington, you are not total degenerates this time. Sorry for startling you, Nya. Akashi appeared out of the blue before Ryu Lion's eyes, to the latter's shock. Well, what is it all of a sudden? I heard you're an extremely skilled adventurer, and I wanted to ask you for a favor, Nya. In other words, you'd like to employ my services. I didn't think there'd be extermination quests even in this world. Very well. What do you need me to exterminate? You want me to be your supervisor in creating a dungeon? More precisely, I want you to be my supervisor for an amusement facility with a dungeon theme, yeah? Now that I've realized it was necessary in the pursuit of fun, yeah? And when you want realism, you should ask those with the most experience, yeah? An amusement facility? I'm afraid I can't... Wait, hear me out, Nya. It's the only thing I'll ever ask from you, Nya. The commander also really wants your expertise, Nya. You're bullshitting on me wanting her expertise and your frickin' scam adventures. Please consider it, Nya. I promise it won't cause you any trouble, Nya. Alright, since the commander requests it, I will give it a try. I did do no such thing. She's lying. Awesome, Nya. I really appreciate your help, Nya. Frickin' Akashi. Sometime later. Testing. The weather's great and the commander's in a good mood. Okay, it's finally time for the grand opening of the port's latest attraction, the Dungeon of Aurorio. This is the world's first ever dungeon based on the real deal from another world. You won't believe how authentic it is. This project was done in collaboration with Miss Ryu Lion, a seasoned adventurer who's achieved remarkable feats in an actual otherworldly dungeon. Under her supervision, this impregnable dungeon that'll put your dungeon crawling skills to the test was born. There are whispers that whoever conquers this place will seize all the riches and fame in the world. I wasn't informed that there'd be any prizes, and prefer if they didn't use my name in that case. I believe that's what Akashi would refer to as a publicity stunt. The only tangible things you may receive are crystal medal and a proof of completion. What does put your dungeon crawling skills to the test mean? Dungeon crawling skills shouldn't be put to any tests. Looks like Kira quickly broke the vase in the commander's office and got the item. Heh, go figure this attraction was a walk in the park. Uh-oh, she slipped and fell into a spike pit. That's gotta hurt. Oh no, I can't stand by and let others get injured in this facility. It's okay, Elder Ryu. The floor and spikes are actually made of soft materials. Sadly, that's game over for Hero, but don't be discouraged, because you can always try again. That's one, that's two. Denver's absolutely blitzing past obstacle after obstacle. Time is money, and I gotta show you what a Knight of the Sea can do. Oh no! That poor little puppy, hang on, I'll save you. How did a dog get in here? Is it a mirage? I'm pretty sure that you can get a game over if you go into that... Ah! You fell for the illusion, yeah. My poor puppy bait worked wonders, yeah. No one's gonna get the prize. Javelin, the brave hero, full speed ahead! Considering that Akashi had a hand in this, I think we should tread carefully. Oh, the boss has spawned. An enormous dragon covered in crimson scales appeared before the group of heroes. Is that a Valgeg dragon? Did they even manage to replicate that? They must have been very serious about this. It got me. Javelin never even stood a chance. There was nothing she could have done. It's like fighting a cheater. Hang on, can you even beat this thing? It seems a little unfair to the players. Click. Hold on. Someone from the host booth just... Wait, could it be? Supervisor Ryu Lion has joined the battle. Holy cow! Look how fast she is! She's clearing all the obstacles. They don't even have the chance to start up. Heck, she's too fast for my commentary to keep up. She's made it to the final boss in a blink. Now the skies of the distant forest, luminous wind. Kaboom! Yeah, my attraction, yeah. Thank you, Ryu. We had so much fun. The boss felt a bit cheaty, but the rest of it was really exciting. Please, I didn't do anything to deserve such thanks. Moreover, this dungeon didn't. She held the crystal medal in her hand and gazed at the girls excitedly taking on the dungeon. Containing real enemies. Alright, so I am going to do... One thing I've started doing when I pick up a new ship is just give them 1 XP pack. And that'll get them going on earning XP through commissions at least. I am leveling ships up a bit longer in my dorm because I'm taking them to 110 now. So that means dorm space is at a premium. In any case, let's move on to the main event, the story. Now, in case anyone's wondering why I'm doing a video instead of my usual streaming, because this is kind of a minor event, and there's no polls, so let's do a video. Let's go. The long and short. That's the long and short of it. Twin-tailed stranger donning her rigging stands in the virtual tower's observation site and declares her explanation finished. That's a very simplified summary. Just a while prior, I received the news from the virtual tower that another visitor from another world had arrived, so I led a fleet in here in haste. Upon my arrival, I found 2 figures, a girl named Hestia who's already gotten chummy with the fleet stationed here, as well as a girl named Ryu who's still alert and cautious. I guess we conquered your weird tower. It was a total breeze thanks to Miss Elf here. We also got our hands on loads of goodies like this gear, for instance. One of you said it's called a rigging, right? It's perfect for me. Lady Hestia, I believe we have more important things to discuss right now. The ladies at the observation site told us that you are Corona Sadair, and you have charge of this area, correct? I am Ryu Lion, and this is Lady Hestia. We hail from a labyrinth city, Orario, and ended up here through some mistake. Would you happen to know how we can get back? That Ryu gives off an aura of professionalism and constant vigilance. She's probably a soldier who survived many battles. She also calls this other girl Lady Hestia, or maybe even Hestia-sama. Is she a noble and Ryu is her bodyguard or something? It's good to meet you, Ryu and Hestia. You can just call me Commander. We understand your situation and have started preparing a way for you to go home. Before that, though, we need to know how you got into the virtual tower and what you encountered there. Your cooperation would be appreciated. As you wish, I can recount things that transpired in the tower for you right now. That'd be great. Here's a map full of the tower and some footage collected along the way. They should help you paint us a picture. I see. It's a bit like reflecting upon one's battles. You don't need to view it that seriously. It's just us talking and exchanging questions. Kind of like an interview. Ooh, is this going to be a cross-world exchange? Like I've heard about? Okie dokie, then I'll be recording everything for my next show. I just started talking to them and you've already got equipment set up? Yeah, so I'm a professional like that. Am I right or am I right? Alfredo, Alba, Gridley, Fushun, Fupo, Fayen, Gallant, and Bristol? Am I imagining it, or does that list of yours get longer every time? Just your imagination, I'm sure. Anyway, Commander, and you 2 beautiful ladies, turn on the camera and smile. And so begins our otherworldly interview with the two otherworldly visitors. Hestia's visit. Until just a while ago, I was standing in a familiar alleyway in Arario and thinking to myself, maybe I should buy some potato poppers. Next thing I knew, I had gotten lost in a place the likes of which I'd never seen before. Somewhere, in an unknown location. Oh, where the hell am I? The path behind me is closed. Did I trip in some kind of mechanism and enter a secret passage or something? Well, I can't just stand here all day, so I guess I'll go forward. Holy moly! This place is getting bigger and bigger. Look at all these tall buildings. Is this a second city hidden underneath Arario, or is it something else? Can't help but wonder. Well, gotta look for an exit anyway, so might as well keep moving. You've said Arario a few times now. Is that where you two live? Yep. Labyrinth City, Arario is where we're both from. The whole city is managed by the guild, and it's surrounded by big, bulky castle walls. Big castle walls? That sounds cool! Did your world build big walls because you have to defend against enemies like ours? Yeah, it's for defending ourselves, just like in your world. 1, 2, the god and the dungeon. And so, Hestia wandered through alone that unfamiliar place. Walking for a while now and still haven't found a way back. What? What the heck is that? There are nest building monsters here? Huh? Oh crap. Help! Doesn't look like it's chasing after me. Eek, another one! So yeah, I went around looking for an exit, sometimes running for dear life and sometimes taking it slow and steady. I'm telling you, it was awful. I can relate. You did well out there, Hestia. I wouldn't have been nearly as hard if I could use my godly powers. Come again? Godly powers? Yeah, I'm a god. The goddess of the hearth and fire. Goddess of the hearth? Do gods actually exist in your world? You bet! We gods descended from the heavens, and most of us gathered in Arario. We agreed among ourselves to seal away our godly powers while in the mortal world. I've got a question! Why did you leave the heavens if you can't use your godly powers in the mortal world? Because it's so boring up there. It's fun to live among mortals surrounded by inconvenience and hardships. You get me? I don't. Gods, the heavens, I've got an idea. Give me a sec. Sometime later. Guam, you said you had something important to discuss. What is it? Ahem. Hestia, meet Vestal. She's a repair ship from the Eagle Union, where I'm also from. Vestal? Names are slightly different, but I feel a link between us. Pleasure to meet you, Vestal. Same to you, Hestia. Commander, what's going on here? Guam, I'll give you 3 minutes to clear up this misunderstanding. Well, how about we save that for after the show, okay? Yeah. Let's take a look at the next clip. Guam. 1-3, Confluence. Same as before, Hestia continued exploring the maze-like complex of buildings. Done searching this place. No exit. Here's the central area, but that's where monsters have made their nests, so that's a no-go. Standing here and agonizing over it won't help, so I guess I'll try to dig my way out. I can't dig through this. The walls of the ground are rock hard. I can't even dent them. Oh, there's no other way. Just gotta get lucky. Someone's already defeated all the monsters here? And that means there might be other adventures in here. Huh? Monsters! Get down! A green figure flashed by, and the wounded monster collapsed before it could do anything. What the hell? Wait, it's you, Miss Elf? Lady Hestia, what are you doing in this place? Before Hestia could even answer, an unsettling noise came from behind Ryu. She turned around to see a horde of monsters closing in on them. I will explain later. For now, we must get out of here at once. Hold up! Pause! Time out! Ryu, before you continue, we need to know what happened to you before you met up with Hestia. Very well, Lady Hestia. Allow me to explain this part. Sure, go ahead. 2-1 Rio's story. Yes, much like Lady Hestia, I wound up here. Having finished my work at the Hostess of Fertility, I went back to market to buy bread. Then, all of a sudden, I had wound up in an unfamiliar back street. It was foggy there, and I had little choice but to move forward cautiously. Such strange fog. Is this some sort of trap? I need to leave this place immediately. In the end, I couldn't find a way out of the back street. In fact, once the fog cleared, I instead found myself in a completely foreign place. You mentioned a Hostess of Fertility. Is that where you work? You look like someone who's seen 100 battles, so is that some kind of elite warriors guild? No, it's a pub for adventures in Horario, and I work there as a waitress. A waitress? What is so peculiar about service worker possessing impressive combat skills? Well, Sheffield's taking offense to that. Nothing at all. That place must hold significant importance for someone of your caliber to work there or to work there. Indeed, it means quite a lot to me. Belfast, you and Sheffield, yes? Are you waitresses as well? I'm asking based on your attire. In a way, yes. We are both members of the Royal Maids, and Belfast is the head maid. Yay! Where's my mention? I'm a Royal Maid too! Dots. Putting that aside, let me explain what happened next. 2-2, the God and the Adventurer. Ryu went off exploring on her own. I don't recognize anything in this place. Is it some secret place beneath Horario, or could it be an undiscovered entrance to the dungeon? Unfamiliar monsters. Maybe this place is connected to the lower level of the underground. I don't sense a strong aura coming from these monsters, though. Let's give this a shot. Kaboom! Not that tough, just as I figured. That means I've not wandered into the lower floors. Still, there are quite a few of these monsters, and I'd hate to have them chase me around. Better try to avoid them as much as possible while looking around. So, you both thought the virtual tower was the dungeon? You know, all this talk about the dungeon and this and floors that has got me wondering. Is it really the kind of place you have to clear one floor at a time? Yes, the dungeon is akin to an underground maze that has many floors. It's located below Horario, and it grows larger in size the deeper you descend, and the types of monsters that appear and their strength change drastically. For that reason, I initially thought it was an undiscovered floor. And adventurers? Are they the kind of adventurers I'm thinking of? I'm dying to know. I can't say that I know that kind of adventurers you're thinking of. However, I can say it's a type of occupation, and I'm also an adventurer. Let's get to the point where we meet up. Go on, Miss Elf. 2-3, supply issue. From that point on, the course of events was just as Lady Hestia said. I was making a map and defeating monsters along the way, and she and I ran into each other. Phew, we should be safe. Finally, a moment to rest. We can't afford to let our guards down. There are still many issues to be dealt with. Growl. Yes, that's one of them. Fortunately, I just bought bread in Horario. Please help yourself, Lady Hestia. This won't nearly fill our stomachs, however. We need to find a place to stock up soon. Adventuring without supplies? Now that sounds dangerous. Does that happen to you often? No, I usually have packed rations, and often have supporters with me when I'm exploring the dungeon. Supporters? What are those? People tasked with assisting adventurers on their excursion into the dungeon. They help not with fighting monsters, but with managing items, gathering intel, and evacuating the dungeon. Managing everyone's items? Sounds like hard work. Having storage space in your rigging is so handy. You can keep all your food there. The ability to take out items from another dimension would be extremely convenient in the dungeon as well. However, back then in the virtual tower, Lady Hestia and I didn't come equipped with such riggings or a stockpile of supplies. As such, we faced a pressing need to get more supplies. 3-1. Cooking! Speaking of supplies as in food, I've got an idea myself. Well, those monsters you took down look kind of like an octopus. Reckon you could roast and eat it? I examined it and it was entirely made of metal. Furthermore, everything in here appears to be man-made. That being the case, there should be a place where people live somewhere in here. That building just ahead of us might be a warehouse. And maybe the monsters are guarding it or something. It could be. Let's have a look. Please stay behind me. Sometime later. This is nuts. The supplies are stacked high as a hill. We hit the jackpot. There's loads of food. Let's get right to it. Could you make me something to eat? Right now? Well, if you're that hungry. Yeah, 'cause I'm starving. I'm counting on you, myself. Huh? Lady Hestia? What then? Did you have a good meal? My God, it was a pot of burned stuff. My apologies, Lady Hestia, for causing you that inconvenience. Wow, Ryu's cookie sure is a thing to behold. It's shockingly. Don't finish that sentence. Okay, I'll just call it shocking when I write my article then. Please continue, Ryu. 3-2. Adventurers. Magic? After filling their stomachs, Hestia and Ryu stocked up as best they could before setting off again. The pattern on the floors has changed. You reckon we've entered a new area? It's certainly possible. We should move forward with caution. Sssss. Miss Elf! It doesn't look especially powerful, but we mustn't let our guard down. Please get behind me, Lady Hestia. I will test this new monster's strength. Hiya! Globes of light gather around Ryu, and which struck the monster at lightning speed, accompanied by a strong wind. An intense explosion blew across the street, and once the dust from it had settled, all that remained of the monster was a mangled wreck. Holy smokes! What were those beautiful globes of light? Magic? Yes. It's an offensive spell known as Luminous Wind. A spell, eh? I wonder if there are spells that can make copies of you or do your homework for you. I'm not picky. I'd even take a spell that takes classes for me. Memphis, give Anshan a call. I've got a feeling Fushun is supposed to be doing her homework right now. No, please don't. I was just kidding. 3-3. Drops. Hestia and Ryu continue their exploration of the virtual tower. Miss Elf, looks like there are monsters guarding the building up ahead. You think there could be food and supplies inside it, maybe? It's in the realm of possibility. This group is about as numerous as the last, so please stay here and wait. Will do. Watch yourself in there. Kaboom. That should be all of them. Wow, impressive as always. Way to go. Yep, this looks like a warehouse, alright. Gold, treasure, and all kinds of weapons. Weapons the likes of which I've never seen at that. I'll see if there's anything we can use. You do that. I'll take the gold and, huh? What's this? If I'm not mistaken, the last thing you see in the video is a pair of riggings. Why the heck were they riggings for you both just lying in a pile of treasure? On the topic of riggings, is that dragging next to you a rigging as well? Yeah, this is Eisen, my semi-biological rigging. Riggings come in all shapes and sizes, truly fascinating. 4-1, riggings. Without a moment's hesitation, Hestia donned one of the riggings. Lady Hestia, where did you get that equipment? Found it on that pile of coins over there. There's another one that looks like it'd fit you. From looks alone, it suits me perfectly. It's like it was made with me in mind. Yes, it is. It's a perfect fit. I say we find an open space and test this equipment's might. Good idea. Putting these on will let us move at high speeds, too. And it looks like they'll negate incoming damage without having to use my godly powers. Putting on that rigging seemed to give you a lot of confidence. Hell yeah! With the rigging, even I can contribute a little to a battle. They possess incredible firepower and are quite durable as well. One thing seems unclear. They spend ammunition when attacking. Is this ammunition infinite? Well, our ammunition is stored in the ammo depot. You can store quite a lot at once, but you will run out quickly if you spray and pray. I see. How do you replenish it in that case? Ordinarily, you would return to the port or get replenished in the field by a munition ship like myself. There are really a lot of variety in riggings. It's little wonder when that Lady Hestia's mind looked completely different. Indeed, different hull types and equipment distributions also change your rigging. Hestia's is more functional since hers is that of a repair ship, while yours has a much more potent firepower on account of it being a light cruiser rigging. If you don't mind, I'd like to partake in some oh, they're gone. 4-2, freely speeding. Across the sea. Freely speeding across the sea. As soon as she put on the rigging, Hestia had a drastic change and bravely went to the front line. Look at this, Miss Elf. I'm floating! Is that a side effect of the rigging? Let me try. Hestia, I'm pretty sure you didn't have any problems floating before you put the rigging on. Engage propulsion. Whoa, that's fast. Check us out. We can freely speed across the sea. Hestia leaped and spun in the air as she moved forward, having a whale of a time. Ryu, meanwhile, never took her eyes off the monsters at sea off in the distance. Seems her foes can also float. Feels like I should familiarize myself with fighting using this equipment. That was your first time seeing sirens on the sea, wasn't it? Yes, they had much more varied attack methods than on land, although there was no difference in their appearance. They use riggings of their own, so they fight better at sea. Sometimes they've put up a strong fight even against us. Although, the sirens you ran into are weaker than usual for some reason. It wouldn't have been such an easy fight if that wasn't the case. 4-3, the first real battle. Kaboom! Aha! There's a swarm of monsters ahead. Quite a lot of them, too. May I ask for your assistance, Lady Hestia? Oh, hell yeah! Finally get my time in the limelight. Yeah, I've got you, Miss Elf. I'm about to charge in. I'll block the incoming damage. Space seemed to freeze for a moment, and all the attacks aimed at Ryo failed to inflict damage. Now's your chance! And my guess was right, she's pretty much a barrage cruiser.
正義の名のもとに敵を撃つ。正義の名のもとに敵を撃つ。
Rook Mark 4.
正義の名のもとに敵を撃つ。
I can't deal any damage, but I can sure provide some good support. Now let's see what treasure they've got. Did this item come from the defeated monsters? Perhaps it's some special application. It got absorbed into my equipment. What's more, it seems to have leveled up. Could they be some unique material? Sometime later, it's as I thought. My firepower is stronger than before. This is an excellent item. Miss Elf, I found a map of this place. Doesn't the symbol here look a lot like an exit? I think it looks like the passage to the next floor. Well, I might find an exit if we head there, so let's go check it out. Hey, gosh, you found that passage that goes down, not up. Why is that? What's wrong with going up? The higher you go in the virtual tower, the more dangerous it gets, and the surface of the floor grows as well. The opposite of how the Dungeon of Aurora functions. And it seems we picked the right path. Yep. For a seasoned adventurer. Look at this, Miss Elf. Seems there's a supply point near here. We better stack up on all we can. Carrying too much will slow you down, Lady Hestia. Hestia confidently wagged her finger at Ryu and told her about their rigging storage function. And that's why we came back with a boatload of booty. Just like you don't need any help floating, Hestia, you don't need any additional help in the booty department. Talk about an exciting adventure. Oh, what about that warehouse you found earlier? Did you go back and recover the treasure? We didn't, and that's for a number of reasons. Firstly, it was quite far away, which meant there were lots of uncertainties about the journey. Secondly, we had already had plenty of supplies at the time, and we didn't want to take unnecessary risks. Thirdly, should an accident occur as we move forward, or if our equipment were to malfunction, the last supply point would have served as our path to retreat. Spoken like a seasoned adventurer. You consider loads of possibilities. I've got to take notes. The fact that you discovered 3 supply points all in relatively close distance of each other sounds kind of foreboding. You need supplies before a big battle, so wouldn't that mean you ran into the boss pretty soon after? Yes, we did encounter what appeared to be the floor boss. However, it was not what I expected, I suppose. Alright, 4 or 5, welcome to the port. Right? Yeah. The exit is just ahead. By the look of things, there's a good chance that there is a floor boss. Since we're going into a battle against an enemy we know nothing about, it would be wise to proceed carefully. Alright, now start digging another hole under. That won't be necessary. Sheesh, it's huge! What the heck is that? Judging by its size, it's in all likelihood the floor boss. It's of a whole nother scale and appearance to those we fought previously. Please be careful, Lady Hestia. Kaboom! Amidst violent explosions, the monster that appeared to be the floor boss was reduced to pieces. Wow, you took it down just like that, Miss Elf. No, I simply wanted to see what an attack would do. It seems to have exploded of its own accord. It was a suicide boat. Why would it do such a thing? Who cares? Let's go. On to the next floor. What happened next? I need to know. After that, we ran into your patrol fleet and just went here, I guess? Huh? Made it out of the virtual tower just like that? Yep, we made it out just like that. That's everything that happened within the tower. Looking back on it, it was quite a nice adventure. We'll launch an investigation based on what you told us. It's going to take some time. Until then, do either of you have any plans? I think I want to explore this world some more. I want to see that port of yours. I would like to accompany Lady Hestia. I'd also like to assist with your investigation. Well, in that case, Hestia, Rio, welcome to the port. An encounter beneath clear skies. And that is the event story.
出撃お疲れ様です。作戦報告。僕をジロジロ見てどうしたんだい？はあ、チビだなんて言ったらお仕置きだぜ。
You're a shorty. Okay, well, that was the Danmachi collab event. I hope everyone enjoyed. Until next time, thank you for watching, and goodbye.